Every time the issue of cheating comes up, everybody has something to say, and it's usually judgmental. People be like, I would never cheat, or how hard is it to commit to someone? I used to be one of those people. I thought cheating was just morally reprehensible and could not understand the depths of the evil that could possibly compel a person to cheat on another person. And then I cheated. This happened years and years ago, and I could go into the long drawn out history of how it happened, but that would just end up sounding like a justification, so I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not saying that to avoid talking about this hugely hypocritical thing that I did, because I don't think it was justified. But I did learn a lot about myself and about relationships. The biggest lesson being that people, even people who are as passionate about loyalty and principles as I am, can be weak and shit happens. There are, of course, a lot of evil people out there in the world who will deceive other people just because they can. But for most people, cheating is a lapse in judgment more than anything else. And as I get older, I've learned that it's wrong to A, assume that you know why people do what they do, and B, judge a person's entire life for one mistake. My dad cheated on my mom, so since I was a kid, I've known that people have had the ability to cheat on their partners and to abandon their families. The way I always saw it is that even if the purest love that there is, the bond between a parent and their kid, can be forsaken, then the bond between lovers really isn't sacred either. Even knowing this, once upon a time, I felt I was above all of this. Even though I was convinced that anyone in the world was capable of cheating, I just knew in the depths of my soul that it was never something that I would ever do. Which makes it all the more insane that I did cheat on my on-again, off-again ex while we were living in different countries, multiple times. When he found out, I was devastated. And not because I got caught, but because of that deep, deep shame that any person with morals feels when they're caught basically breaking their own principles. To this day, I still refuse to defend myself about all that stuff that went down because I was wrong. I remember that at the time he even asked me why I wasn't begging and pleading for forgiveness, and it's because I was truly sorry. It's because I knew that I didn't deserve it. We even tried to stay together for a little while, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in a relationship where the knowledge that I had done this horrible thing was constantly hanging over my head. Facing your own hypocrisy is a bitch, so for any of you out there who might be on the brink of making your own mistake, just remember that. You don't ever want to be that person who has literally nothing to say for yourself, because it's the worst feeling in the world. Anyway, what that whole episode showed me was that it could happen to anyone. Yes, cheating is a choice, but all people have the ability to make bad choices. It's easier for some people than others, but it's always possible. So I honestly just wish people would spare the theatrics when they're talking about cheating and how they're so immune to it, because no one has that much control over every decision they make in their life. If you've ever eaten something that you shouldn't have eaten, or spent money on something you shouldn't have spent money on, if you've ever told a white lie, you are capable of cheating. In fact, I think the people who care most about reputation and image are the people who are most likely to cheat, because those are the people who have the most invested in not revealing that they have bad impulses or things that they want to do that they shouldn't do. If and when the time comes to put your willpower to the test, those are the people who will be most afraid of tarnishing their innocent image, especially after they were all over Facebook and Twitter talking about how cheaters need to burn. Not to mention, self-righteousness often also comes with a sense of self-entitlement. Of course, if you're anything like I was, you're not going to believe a word that I'm saying, and you'll feel that you're morally superior to everyone else, and you'll be able to always hold yourself back from doing the wrong thing. And to that, I honestly say good luck, because I hope that you make it. But I will say this for those of you who might lapse at some point. When I first had to face the ugly truth that I was capable of cheating, I was really afraid that I might be a chronic cheater, or that maybe I had weak morals and I was just a bad person. But luckily, I've learned from relationships following that one that no, I'm actually more than willing to be faithful to the right man, and I just had to make better decisions and get myself out of situations before cheating even enters the picture. I've also surprised myself in that I realized that for the right man, I can even forgive cheating, but that's like a story for a whole other day. Ultimately, I would never coach anyone to cheat. It's generally a bad decision. It invites a lot of problems into your life. It's deceitful, and it's just wrong. And I really feel that if you find yourself in a relationship where you're constantly tempted to cheat, there is no good reason to stay in that relationship. You really need to fix that situation before you look elsewhere. But at the same time, I understand from personal experience, people fuck up. As for me, even when I look at people like my dad, I don't hate him for what he did. I just took it as a lesson that everyone has their weaknesses, and sometimes those weaknesses aren't going to end up leading to choices that are fair for all the people around them. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and share this video if you liked it. I will see you guys next week. Bye!